Hey YouTube, I decided to make a video about how far I am into joining the Marine Corps. I haven't made a video like this yet, and I think I'm going to do more videos about my process into getting dipped in and stuff. Let me explain my situation to you though. When I was a junior, I didn't make very many good decisions, and I dropped out of high school. Well, that summer I decided to go to that fall I decided to go to a military school in Salemburg, North Carolina, called Tar Heel Challenge Academy. Well, there I did extremely well. I learned a lot of discipline, and I've always wanted to be a Marine since I was like 6. But I started straying away from the thought close to my junior year, close to me dropping out, and while going there, I kind of fell in love with the military way of life structure. I know it was a lot less intense in the Marine Corps, but I found myself wanting more once I graduated. I wasn't satisfied with. I mean, I do feel prideful, but anyway, away from that. So there I earned my GED, learned tons of physical fitness awards. I had one of the best PT scores in the whole class. 100 some kids my age. I was the best. One of the best, not the best. Another guy had me, but he was a little small, so he could do more pull-ups than me. Anyway, so I left and I went straight to the recruiter, and I told him that I wanted to be a Marine. Explained to him my situation. I don't know if I said this already, but I earned my GED. And the thing about that is the Marine Corps. Let me explain the GED situation to you. They can only sign two. When you have a GED, you have what's called a Tier 2 contract, and they can only sign two Tier 2 contracts per fiscal year, which I think is like November to November, some day in the fall, like October to I don't remember where it is. So that's my situation. So he wouldn't sign me because he had already signed 2 Tier 2 contracts, and he said what I can do is go to college and earn 15 college credits. And those credits, they can be any 100 level classes. I took electricity, industrial maintenance, blueprint reading and comprehension, and writing, whatever. Now I'm taking landscape gardening. I took construction class. I mean, I'm taking classes that I want to take, and I actually kind of like it. It's kind of fun. Never thought I'd be the college type, but you know, I'm having a good time. I guess if I had math and English, it'd be a different story. But this semester, I registered late last semester, so I could only get 12 or 11 credits, and so I'm taking 4 credits this semester, which is only 2 classes, so it's extremely easy. I have tons of time for PT. So I'm preparing myself physically now for the Marine Corps. But so I'm doing PT with my recruiter, with the poolies who run the delayed entry program, and I'm getting dipped in May when I graduate, because I can't get dipped in until I'm qualified to be a Marine. I don't know if it's the same situation for high school. I'm sorry, I'm not in that situation. But pretty much what we do is we go and we PT every Monday, and if there's another day I want to PT with a recruiter, I just call him up, ask him if he's free, say, hey, can we go PT here, go run here, or something like that, you know. Well, last Monday was my first time PTing with my recruiter, and it was hard, but I like I said, I've been preparing myself physically, so I was really prepared for what he was going to have us doing, but it was nevertheless it was a workout. I'll explain to you briefly what we did. We ran about 3-4 miles. It's called an Indian run, single line formation. He had a big sandbag looking medicine ball type thing wrapped in duct tape. It was about 30-40 pounds. Gave it to the first man in the formation. They would pass it back, and then it would go all the way back to the last man. Then they would carry it all the way to the front and restart. But he would stop every 5 minutes or so, and we'd do push-ups or sprints or lunges, and that was more or less the hard part, because you got your feet stop moving, and you know, that's when you start shutting down a little bit. I didn't prepare myself like that. I would just go on pretty big runs and stuff, and I had a good time more or less. And what I have to look for so far is I have to go to MEPS, and I have no idea what that acronym stands for. And pretty much they're just gonna poke and prod at me, see if I have any injuries or anything keeping me from being a Marine, and give you a drug test, I'm sure. And I've heard a lot of weird stories about it, but I think they're joking. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not gonna say any rumors because they're probably not true. But sorry. So do MEPS, go to MEPS, get squared in, and then I'm looking at leaving in August, which kind of disappoints me. I wanted to leave this summer, June, July. But he said something about those being ship out dates or something. It's really hard to get me in then. So I'm looking at August. Which, hey, it's not a summer class. I guess that's one thing to look forward to. But that's my process so far. I'll let you know. I'll give you an update probably when I go to MEPS or tell you what that's like. Oh, another thing he has us doing. He doesn't just P2 it. Or my recruiter doesn't just PT us. He has us write essays, Marine Corps history, and all different types of military history and stuff. And so he's not just working on the physical side of it. He's working on mental side of it. It's not just the it's not really the handling the intensity of it, which I think I can handle that, to be honest, because I already have an idea of what it's going to be like, homesickness, all that stuff, because I went to military school, and plus that was 6 months. 13 weeks compared to 22 weeks, that's 5 months, 5.5 months, never mind, but you know what I mean. So 13 weeks compared to 22 weeks, I feel like I can do this, so I'm prepared for that. So one thing that New Kid Vid said is prepare yourself to be better than everybody else in boot camp, not to just make it through. So I'm trying to PT myself harder than they are going to PT me. So it's kind of hard doing alone, pushing yourself past that point. But once you do it, man, it really feels good. That's pretty much all I have to say about this time, or on this update, and I'll see you next time.